Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this page from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford using Polychromos pencils. We are going to be doing the start of our bottom row today, and we have the flying fish to do. I've never coloured a flying fish. Oh, I have coloured flying fish. Oops. I think, let's get them in the middle. I think there are some flying fish in Worlds of Wonder around one of the floating island type pages, of which we have a page like that in this book, which is nice. But I don't think I've done it on a video. Now I'm just having a little look and think. Now I often do fish in orange, and I think I will do one orange fish and then one a different colour, just because that's what I like to do. I'm going to grab the darkest orangey colour I'm going to use. It is the dark cadmium orange. I need to give it a sharpen and do the darker bits. Here we go, dark cadmium orange. Now, do flying fish exist? I know this is a silly question. I know fish don't flap their wings and fly, but I'm sure there is a flying fish that sort of comes out of the water. But I'm trying to work out, you see, how to do the wings. So what I'm doing with this is making more intense colour here and on the edges, and then a bit less in the middle, but I'm not going to leave a white gap, so I'm just filling that in. And I'm going to do the tail in this darker colour. Now Johanna's drawn us some lines at the base, so I'm assuming that she thinks that should be darker. Maybe. That's how I'm going to do it anyway. Let's do that a bit darker. It's really fun now. The book has come out. It's the official UK release date today, recording this. You can see I've got quite far ahead, which is nice. And seeing people's pictures from the book. Seeing what people are doing with it, really. I haven't seen anyone colour this page, apart from the frog. I think Emily illustrated the frog on the books, which was really lovely. I've seen a lot of people have done the pumpkin page, which is not at all surprising. This is orange glaze, and I'm still in two minds whether to try and squeeze that in and get it in before Halloween for you as a tutorial. What I would do is, when I finish recording this page, which will probably be today actually, because I've got the day to myself, I'm trying to do a darker bit in the base. And once I've done this, I will have a look at it and see how long I think it might take to do. If I use a pencil that goes down a bit more quickly, like a Prisma, it might not take quite as long, because you can colour a larger area in a smaller time, I find anyway. I'm also going to do the head, I think, with this colour. Again, where Johanna's drawn those dots, I'm going to make that bit darker. I don't know if that's what she intended. She may not have, she may have just popped it in to do a bit of a doodle. You can never quite tell with Johanna. And I don't know if she doesn't mind. She does. She actually wants you to do it your way. Oops, and now a lighter colour. This is the cadmium orange. I think I can get away without sharpening it. Now I've got these lines here. I'm going to just colour and ignore them. And just make it a bit lighter there, so darker down here on the edge. And on this part, I'm going to make it a little bit darker on the top, if I can. But here, both top and bottom. And then a bit lighter in the middle. You can do that by just layering up where you want it to be a bit darker. Now wings. There are different ways to do wings. Oh, something's just come through the door. How very exciting. You can try to make them look see-through. but I don't feel that's gonna work for these. So I'm going to use my orange glaze. Actually, I did grab a different colour, but I changed my mind, and do the base part. But see how they've got these sort of layers? So what I'm going to do is do this bit darker, and this bit, and this bit. I just heard my phone bling. Don't know. Like that. Okay. And same on this one. I've got my tablet in front of me with Discord is what my boys used to chat to me. That's open. That's the only important thing to check. If my husband has an emergency, he phones me. If they need me, they message me on there. This is cadmium orange, and I'm going to do the same here with these, making the tip slightly lighter, only because that's how they're drawn. I don't know if I would have anyway. And then finishing this off, so taking this colour towards the centre, but I think I'll try and leave that centre bit a tiny white line, not that one. Just going to see if it works. I might feel it doesn't once I've done it, but we can easily just adapt it slightly. I'm trying to think what I'm expecting to come through the post, which is quite exciting. And the other bit, I am going to use a yellow. This is the dark chrome yellow, so it's very orangey. And we're going to do the same here to sort of continue that shape. Like that. Now I think I need some shadows in here and some white pen just to balance it up a little bit. I'm going to do the shadows in this. This is the burnt sienna, so it's a sort of slightly orangey brown. And I feel like where these wings are overlapping, we need just something in here just to, so that our eye can see quite what's going on. Like that. And also maybe just down here, I don't know if it will show up that much, but along that line there. And then at the bottom of here as well, there might be a little bit, just a tad around there, like that. And the last thing pencil wise for him is his eye, and I'm going to use a cold grey 2, and I'm going to put a little bit of grey on the left and right hand side, leaving the top and bottom white, and same for this fish, and it gives them sort of shiny eye look. Now I have finished him. I'm going to do some white. I'm going to do it at the end on both of them, so I'm just going to go and see what my post is and come back. I'll tell you what it is. It was this. This is my favourite brand of chocolate. I only eat 100%, so no sugar added. It's 100% dark chocolate from Bean to Bar. It's a small company who try to be ethical, which is nice. It's very expensive chocolate. You can only buy it directly from their website or in my local sweet shop, which I haven't had any for a long time. And so I ordered some online. It's only just come back into stock. So that's what it was. So it was very exciting. I've just eaten a bit, not from that bar, from a different bar, which is making my mouth water. Delish. Right, and I haven't done any thinking about what colour to do our other fish. I quite like the idea of blue. We might do them a bit differently because we did this bit dark and this bit dark and that sort of thing. I might use a different selection of colours and not do the same bits dark and light, if that makes sense. I'm drawn to purples, So I think that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to start with a Delft Blue, which for me is quite a sort of almost purpley colour. And I'm going to do the tips of our wings with this. I'm going to use the same technique. So a dark line here, and then sort of scumble it in a little bit. And a dark line here. Now I know on my other one I went over it with a different colour, but this one I'm just going to use the same colour, just keep it light in the middle. As I say, I'm just doing it a little bit differently. Still taste that delicious chocolate now. Here we haven't got a line. Where are we going, Johanna? I think we'll just put one in there, like that. And here, like that. Sometimes you just have to trust your instincts. I had this yesterday. I had this like thing where I couldn't colour in this book. I was making the videos in here on this page, and that was all fine. But I was going to do some colouring for me. You know, just I'm going to put a stripe of this in the tail, darker near the fish, and then fading out towards the edge. And I couldn't decide on a page to colour, and it's so unlike me. Normally I'd just grab and go, you know, I'm colouring, but I just couldn't. And new book, I was thinking, the reason was partly I was thinking that now I'm going to record pages in this book, Blue Violet, because you know that's all part of the fun. And so which pages am I going to record? And I was like, I don't know. I know I'm probably going to do all the pages that are like this with little items on. So I faded this up a little bit, so it's darker down here where these lines are and lighter as we come up here. And now I'm going to use the mauve, and I'm going to start with doing a few bits on the tail. So I was like, I just don't know. Now there's a page with lots of little tiny leaves all over it. I'm not going to record that page because I think it might be tricky to work out quite how to do it, really, recording wise. I mean, I'm going to do all of these scales now. Similar technique, darker down here, a bit lighter towards the edges. But that's a buddy colour, and I'm waiting for my friend to get her copy of the book before we start that one. So I'm like, what do I do? So I was sat there and I coloured a page from Lost Ocean because I just couldn't decide. But luckily I've now decided to do this page behind here, look. Because that's the intro page, and I think I probably wouldn't be doing a video from that. So that's my next choice. There are a few pages now I've decided not to do videos from, unless someone commissions it or specifically requests it. So I've got a few ideas now, but I had to say to myself, look, if someone decides they want a page and you've already coloured it, you can always buy another copy of the book. It's not like it's going to sell out, you know, unlike Hannah Coulson's book, sadly, Violet, which has sold out. I'm going to do this line in the violet, and then I'm going to go to the wing. I'm going to follow the same technique like we did it up here as well, but just with the one colour again. I don't know, I've started there, and then just do a bit less coming towards the middle. Yeah, so no, she's not going to sell out, especially not in the UK. So it's fine. I just need to get on and enjoy my new book. I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do. But anyway, I chose quite a simple Lost Ocean page, which I finished fairly quickly, really, considering it's Lost Ocean, which is quite detailed. And so that was fine. As I say, I've started the page behind here. I'm going to put a bit of this in the tail. I'm going to put that and this one, because the tail isn't exactly symmetrical. Am I going to use this for the face? No. We've got the purple violet next. That's what I'm going to use for the face. Again, I think I'm going to do it darker where Johanna's drawn these little dots. Like that. And then sort of scumble it in and make it lighter on the top. Now my nose wants to run. Must be allergic to the chocolate. No, I'm going to put a bit there. And my last colour is going to be Manganese Violet. So it's a slightly pinker tone. And we're going to do this bit. I'd like a little bit of a darker bit just on the top and the bottom, like I did on the body of the other one. I want to make sure we've got a fairly good line along here as well. The desk is creaking. Yeah, it was quite interesting because that company used to sell their chocolate in square boxes, and the postman would have to ring the bell, but that was in a letterbox sort of type thing, you know, a shape that would fit through the letterbox, so long and thin. Now we have got quite a big letterbox so that we can fit bigger parcels through. This is Paynes Grey. I'm going to do a bit of, remember I did a little bit of darker areas. I'm going to do the same here, so along here and here, and then a bit in the centre of these bits on the wing. Maybe a bit of shadow under there, although we've already marked a little bit. That's all with that. Now we're going to have some fun with our white pen. Just going to move my pencils, or else I'm going to catch them with my sleeve and knock them on the floor. Right, 5. My first job is the eye. I'm going to put a little bit of white here, little circle, so it slightly overlaps the black, so it looks that we've got a little bit of shine. I don't know how easy that is for you to see. Then I am going to put some white on these scales on the edges. Again, I'm not really sure how obvious it's going to be to see. There we go. Much concentration and silence. Now sometimes when I do tails and fins on fish, I try and make them look a little bit see-through. I haven't done that on this one, but what I would do, I would go over all of this with a white pencil and then do the edges in white pen so it looked a bit lighter, because sometimes fish tails are really quite light and see-through and just fluttery, but I'm not going to do that on this. I think that heavy colour, it just works all through, but you could do that if you wanted. Now Johanna's black dots everywhere, you could go over these in white, and I'm debating this. On this one it's going to show up a lot, on this one it's not, so I'm not sure whether to do it or not. I'm just having a think. I think I will. I'll show you and then you can decide. I'm going to use a thicker pen, I think. I use a number 10. I'll show you and then you can think, oh, that looks bad, or oh, okay, that works. So I'm going to go over all of them. Now, as I say, this is quite a thick pen, but it will show up more, which was my thought. If I get a thicker line, I'm going to go over that one as well. I'm not going to do the outline. You can, but I'm not. It's too much work, and I'm never quite sure if I like it anyway. So we're just going to do that bit because I'm going to make it to a stripe, because I didn't do anything with it. And on this one I can go around here. And then we have these lines. I can't talk and do it at the same time. Yeah, and then these. Put one in there because there wasn't one, do you remember? There. I think that's enough. I think if I do any more, it's just going to be a bit too much. So there we are. Oh, we've got shinies tomorrow. Shiny gemstones, bird with a crown. Look how small that crown is. Ooh, that's going to be a challenge and a half. But I'm sure we can have some fun with it. And all those gemstones. We've got loads of gemstones doing this book, so we've got to get used to it. But I'm interested in the way Johanna's drawn those. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. Let's finish today's first. Thank you so much for watching. These guys haven't got any background now. I feel they're the only picture so far I feel that perhaps needs something. I know what I'm going to do. Here is our Manganese Violet. I am going to do some dots and magic around him because he's flying. This is a type of book wants to keep moving. Type of magical dots that Johanna herself does, so I think it fits with her style. And the other one would do the same thing with the dark cadmium orange. I have to do this. It's just an idea. It's not a background as such. It's just, you know, a little addition. Just make them look a little bit more magical. There we go. You can do as many as few as you like or none. It's up to you. You could do them in a glitter pen, a metallic pen, or a pencil, or nothing. You know, there we go. Or you could go over what you've done there with a see-through glitter pen. Just make it sparkle. I don't want sparkles on this page. It's just not what I'm going for. I feel that's a little bit better. They don't just sit, they were a bit plain, if you know what I mean, and now they're lifted a little bit and they look magic-y, so that's good. Right, thank you for watching today. I hope that you have a super day and happy colouring.